All right. So, what is perimenopause? So, peri just means around, and menopause is essentially a time where you have a cessation of period for 12 months. Typically, your follicular reserve, all your follicles you're born with in your ovaries are gone. You've had no period for 12 months. And that means you're kind of into that menopausal time frame where there's no more cycle. So, that follicle essentially it produces hormones. So that follicle, you have FSH from the brain. That FSH triggers that follicle to grow. As that follicle grows in the first half of the cycle, it produces estrogen. As the estrogen peaks out, LH comes into the table. That's another pituitary hormone, and that makes more progesterone. And that peak of estrogen followed by that peak in progesterone is where ovulation happens. Those 2 to 3 days you can only get pregnant. And then you have that luteal phase, that last half of the cycle where your progesterone continues to go up and max out around day 20, 21, 22. And then that drop around 27, 28 is where you have your period. That's kind of a healthy cycle. And what happens as those follicles are used up, that FSH comes in and starts to go high, high, high to stimulate those follicles to grow, but there are no follicles there. That FSH, as it continues to go higher, it can actually create flushing and vasodilation. And then, of course, estrogen is very anti-inflammatory. It's neuroprotective, has lots of important benefits, especially progesterone as well, with collagen, elasticity, vaginal tissue health, libido, skin quality, right? So lots of symptoms can start to come into the loop as you go more into menopausal and you have no cycle at all. Now, perimenopausal, that just means you're getting close to that time frame and you're starting to have some of these menopausal symptoms. It may be hot flashes. It may be you skip some months, you don't have a period at all. It could be you start to have random hot flashes throughout the month, random vaginal dryness. Again, how you differentiate perimenopause versus PMS is PMS primarily happens in that week or so before you menstruate, before your period, where perimenopause are going to be these hormonal symptoms that happen throughout the entire month. The mood issues, the hot flashes, the irritability, the collagen, the elasticity stuff could start, the libido. So all these things could start to happen, but it's kind of like your prequel or your sneak preview of menopause.